Billy Learns a Lesson. Written and told by Tyler Shudik. One day, Sir Topham Hatt came to see Billy. He was not happy at all. "Billy, I'm a little bit disappointed in you. I brought you here to be a really useful engine, not calling Thomas a bossy engine," he said sternly. "I'm sorry, sir," said Billy. "From now on, as your punishment, you will shunt coaches and trucks until I can trust you again. Do I make myself clear?" "Yes, sir," replied Billy. While he shunned coaches for the big engines, he put them in the wrong platform while Gordon was waiting. "Silly Billy," said Gordon crossly. "Put them in the right platform while I'm standing there." This made Billy very cross. And while he shunned trucks, the trucks laughed at Billy. "Billy is a silly Billy, Billy is a silly Billy," laughed the trucks. That made Billy furious. He bumped the trucks hard and bashed through the buffers. "Whoops," said Billy with a shocked face. "Everyone was right," said Billy sadly. "I am a silly Billy." Just then, Edward puffed into the yard. He saw Billy looking upset. "What's the matter, Billy?" Edward asked. Then Billy explained to Edward what happened, that everyone calls him a silly Billy. "Can you make it up to me and help me?" he asked sadly. "Of course I can," said Edward happily. "I will." Billy was pleased. So, the two engines worked together. Edward showed Billy that he needs to bump the trucks gently and push them gently and in the sidings. At last, Billy had done all his work, and Edward was pleased. "Good job, Billy," said Edward. "Sir Topham Hatt will be pleased that you did your work extra good." "Goodbye, Billy," he whistled. "I gotta do my work." And he puffed away out of the yard. While Billy was resting, he realized what he had said to Thomas. "I must find Thomas and apologize to him," he said to himself. And he puffed away out of the yard to find Thomas. At the docks, Billy found Arthur, and he asked him where Thomas is. "I don't know, Billy," replied Arthur, "but I had to take those fish to the harbor so the fish can be loaded and be taken." "Good luck, Billy," and Arthur puffed away out of the docks. At Abbey Station, Billy found Emily at the station, and he asked her where Thomas is. "I don't know, Billy," replied Emily, "but I had to take those packages to the next station." "Good luck," and Emily puffed away out of the station. Billy was worried. He has no choice but to find Thomas himself, and he puffed away. Billy puffed everywhere to find Thomas, at stations, yards, and sidings. Billy puffed everywhere, and at last he found Thomas, and he was off the tracks. "What happened to you, Thomas?" asked Billy with a shocked face. "I was taking those trucks to the quarry to fill them up, but then now they pushed me off the rails," replied Thomas sadly. "Well, don't worry, Thomas," said Billy. "I'll go get Rocky right away." Soon, Thomas was back on the rails. "Thomas, I'm sorry that I call you a bossy engine," said Billy. "Can you forgive me?" "Of course," smiled Thomas. Then Sir Topham Hatt arrived on board Emily. "Billy, I'm very pleased that you put Thomas back on the rails and apologizing him for calling him a bossy engine. You are a really useful engine." "Thank you, sir," said Billy happily. "And Thomas, I promise I won't call you a bossy engine ever again. I learned my lesson now." Thomas was pleased. He knew that Billy learned his lesson, that he'll never call Thomas a bossy engine ever again.